And number 7, Adam's Family Values. As somebody who I've already went over this in several reviews, so I'm going to keep this one short. I mean, and most movies, it's hard to do any movie that is solid gold based off a TV show, especially since there are several episodes like on a TV, so that like you look forward to a new adventure. This one though succeeds as it has like 3 good adventures. Fester gets married to a murderous gold digger. Gomez and Morticia have a mustache baby boy named Pugwort. Pugsley and Wednesday go away to camp. It's a totally funny film, I hope, and I definitely would recommend it any time. Number 6, Nightmare Before Christmas. I had to put a Tim Burton movie on this. I had to, and this movie really is one I think that I totally am glad putting on here. The Pumpkin King, Jack Skellington, wants to be more than that and ends up wanting to do good. That's when he gets this crazy idea to kidnap Santa Claus. When this happens, he ends up hiring like his love interest, Sally, to go knit him a cape and a hat to play Santa. And he really feels he has no idea what he's doing is bad. And like, you always sympathize with Jack because he's such a nice guy. It's totally worth seeing if you hadn't, but hopefully you have seen it. It's an awesome movie and I totally recommend seeing it. Rat Race. This is a film that I actually never saw until only a few years back. A bunch of like famous duos, couples, and families who all end up being in Vegas, go all on this road trip to end up getting $2-3 million over in Silver City, right? With Mr. B. Newman, John Cleese, Whoopi, Cuba, and a whole lot of well-known people. There's no reason you cannot go wrong. The story's funny, the movie is awesome, and I totally recommend seeing it. Totally awesome movie. An old man named Carl loses his beloved wife after who he's been married to about 50 years, and ends up right before they were finally going to go set their life goal of going to Paradise Falls. It looks like this is actually going to when Carl accidentally does something that gets him in court to avoid getting sentenced, Carl then ends up deciding he ends up wanting to go to Paradise Falls and bring it, and so him and Ellie can live their dream. And only when this happens, it ends up turning out that like he doesn't realize a boy named Russell is on board, and then he trying to earn a merit badge, and then Carl and Russell together become the best of friends, and these two compassionate guys for each other. It's a wonderful film and totally worth seeing out. Number 3, Starting Over. Now, like, I'm not that big into Burt Reynolds. Even though I do like some of his movies, like Smokey and the Bandit and The Crew, I barely can look at him the same again. But he was like, but this movie he was awesome as both a romantic man and a comedian. I really like the fact that like this movie showcased how you get over a girlfriend and does it in a funny way. It also has got great side cast in it, and it's totally worth seeing it. I should have put this on the underrated films, but like I think like you'll enjoy seeing this anyway. And number 2, It's a Mad World. Man, It's a Mad World is like a totally awesome movie, and I think Rat Race took some of its thought from it. Rat Race might actually rehatch the whole plot from it, and like, so without going over too much about it, we'll just say imagine what would have happened if a dying person left 12 strangers money and Spencer Tracy was worth taking it. Though a lot of these casts are now in heaven, I don't think like that like a sequel is out of the question. They're even talking about doing it. This is totally worth seeing. And my number 1 favorite movie, The Lorax. You knew this was coming. You knew this was gonna be on here. The Lorax is like a totally awesome movie. But like, how awesome is it? Well, let's see. You know, somehow let's like something about the way things go. And there's also this one it's also got all these great music, and it's voiced by Danny DeVito. For those younger audience, he's the man who plays Frank on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. For those older audience, he played Louis De Palma on Taxi, and Ed Helms plays the Onceler, Zac Efron plays Ted, Taylor Swift plays Audrey, Betty White plays Grandma Norma, and it's a great movie. So go ahead, guys, see The Lorax. So thank you guys. You guys have a good day. And my favorite movie. The message is good about like saving the environment. The Lorax is colorful, nice, and teaches you about animals. And like Danny DeVito is the perfect. The Lorax is the one still played by Ed Helms. Now before I go, here's my special treat. I want to do. Okay. I don't often do rediscovered masterpieces, but like this movie is like an exception. Like it's a funny movie by Johnny Knoxville, where he plays like this guy who he reprises his role from Jackass, named Orvin Kivner. He's like the worst grandfather a person could ever have. When his wife dies and his daughter goes to jail, Orvin has to take his grandson Billy to find his family, and when this happens, it's really a good. They really get into all this mischievous stuff, all kinds of stuff that like you wouldn't have expected happen. And what's great is they're doing this with a bunch of unsuspecting people. It's a really awesome movie, and I wonder why nobody remembers it.